Howdy, folks. Today we're looking at the Amazing Spider-Man Annual number 23 from 1989 in Marvel Comics, Part 4 of Atlantis Attacks. With the preamble of the first three installments out of the way, the story heats up as Gore's master plan comes one step closer to fruition. Now, it must be said, for a random Spider-Man Annual from 1989, this comic is certainly stacked. The first story is written by the combo of David Michelinie and Gerry Conway, with Rob Liefeld on pencils, as the backups feature work from Tom DeFalco and Ron Frenz, Mark Bagley drawing two different features, and even 6 whole pages of Fred Hembeck. This was a peerless bargain for any kid buying comics in the summer of 1989. A mere $2 for a whole afternoon's entertainment, complete with a cover from the guy drawing She-Hulk at the time, John Byrne himself. Our specimen today features Spider-Man teaming up with She-Hulk against the Abomination, and points at another interesting facet of the crossover. Every Marvel character with their own book at the time was featured prominently, so as She-Hulk's new book had just launched a couple months prior, she gets a big push in the story despite not rating her own annual. As for the story itself, for a reason to be revealed later, Gore needs Tyrannus. Tyrannus was stuck in the body of the Abomination, which occurred a couple years previous in Hulk Annual 15, so they have to switch him around, which leaves a mindless Abomination rampaging in downtown Manhattan, which is where our heroes come in. Conway was then in the midst of his second big run on Spider-Man, writing both Spectacular and Web at the time, an era that would soon come to an abrupt end after he accepted a staff job on the Father Dowling Mysteries in 1990. Young Master Liefeld, meanwhile, is on his best behavior, still drawing backgrounds and feet. I've always thought he drew an excellent Spider-Man, no joke, and you can judge for yourself. The annual's backup features are a true feast, beginning with an emotive origin retelling by Conway and Bagley, a Spider-Sense explainer by DeFalco and Frenz, and even an Aunt May solo story featuring her one-on-one with Spidey's annoying co-worker, Nick Katzenberg. Hembeck's features are among his top tier, Spider-Man's top 30 villains, followed by a look back at his long rivalry with J. Jonah Jameson. I'm not saying I became a Spider-Man fan after reading these specific features back in 1989, but I'm also not saying that either. And in a packed saga of the Serpent Crown, the second host of the Celestials visits Earth just in time to see the entire planet engulfed in chaos. We see the destruction of Atlantis, an event never explicitly detailed in Robert E. Howard's stories, but here illustrated as the last defense of the human leaders against the evading deviant hordes, as seen in some Steve Gerber comics from the 1970s. The Celestials didn't like the deviants having conquered most of the planet, nor the fact that Set and his Serpent Crown ruled over both the deviant and human populations, which explains why they blew up the planet in a great cataclysm. This was the historical basis for the Great Biblical Flood, which killed almost everyone on Earth and submerged the lost continent of Lemuria, setting the deviant empire back permanently, and again destroyed everything Set had built from his extra-dimensional exile.